Stars, I'm a fool for your love.
Hey guys, you join me here, Snowman86, and we're on another episode of Cattle and Crops. So today guys, you'll notice in the top corner here, our date has advanced. So we are about a month on from where we were in the previous video seeding. And what we're just going to quickly do today is show you where we are. So if we just zoom over here quickly to do our field 14, I believe it is, you'll see our crops are up. And this is kind of across the board. If I just kind of zoom out and go up, you'll see we have crops growing in the fields that we planted, which is excellent. So if we just go to this view here, which is our field overview, we can see kind of the details. Now field 10 is the field we are not putting any fertilizer in, and that is our comparison field. I believe it is with field 14 it's being compared with, and as you see, its details then are quite high, if not maybe overly high. So we will see. This is our growth at the moment. I believe this shows you how much your field has grown by, we'll say. So we're currently around 22%, I would imagine. Again, open to be corrected. And field 10 is holding around the same value. Field 13 is a little bit further ahead. So you can see all the way down along the lines, these are all the fields. Unfortunately, we did have to plow under field 23 and set maize in as well for that mission to be completed. So we've done that as well, and field 39 is our big one. And unfortunately, we can only get it to 96%. If I just zoom in here, this section here, no matter how much I tried, I could not get crop to grow in it. And for some reason around here, there is no grass in kind of a dome shape effect here. This kind of area, just lacking grass, and therefore I don't know that it didn't affect the field edges or whatever, but no matter what I do, I could not get it to grow. So that is currently where we are at. Also, while we are here, we're just going to quickly show you our tests that we'll be carrying out as we are going to be advancing time. Our BGA bunker has matured, so we've set up 4 fills for that. So every day there will be 120,000 litres hitting into the BGA. So that is hopefully going to turn us a few pound. And the goal here is we're just going to advance the days. We're going to go to the start of May at least, and see how much we'll rake in that kind of short, what is this, maybe 13-day period, where we are still in this month. So with that said guys, I'll see you in a second. We'll see where we're standing. So we are a month down the line here, or not even a month, sorry, we are into the next month, currently start of May. You will see our crops have progressed a little bit. They are slightly uneven, whether that is due to the appliance of fertilizer and where maybe it's a bit patchy just down here in this bottom section of the field. And that seems to be kind of a theme. We'll just run over here quickly to field 16 and we'll double check it. So anywhere that dark blue is would appear to be kind of a lesser crop, or a crop that hasn't quite reached the same maturity as the lighter blue. So again, looking across this field, the top section isn't great, bottom section is holding up okay. This one across the road is looking quite healthy. We'll just run across that there. There's again a couple of patches here and there, but this one seemed to be a better success for us. So just interesting to see the different things. It's not a uniform growth, and as you can see, we have a couple of patches there that were missed by the seeder. And we'll just one more, just for the sake of it, we'll go up in here and check this top one. So again, you can see the patchiness kind of continues here. So we're just going to advance another 15 days here guys, and we're just going to see where we stand There's a full strip down the line there that just does not want to seem to grow. Whether that's down to lack of fertilizer, we can quickly pop in even and check. Go to owned. We are standing in field is a 17. So if we check our different layers where that kind of line is, we just want to see. So you'll see actually, if anything, it's due to the fact it's possibly over fertilized. That strip is very yellow, and also that is where the crops are struggling. And again, you'll see the same for phosphate, and if we just check our nitrogen, have we overlapped there as well? Yes, we have. So in fact, what could be killing me here is the fact we've over fertilized our fields. These would have been all higher up values on the starting growth stage, and that may be reducing or stunting our crop growth as well. So that's interesting to see. It is nice to see it kind of implemented in that way. So it does mean a lot for your planning of your fields and stuff. You can't just go in willy-nilly and spray what you like. You really got to do, and we're just going to double check it on this field here, which I believe is field 18. So if we just look at field 18, we'd expect a couple of patches maybe there and over here in the far corner, and this is why we're getting a much more uniform look. So we'll just again double check it, and that's possibly where we ran out of digestate and kind of overlapped when we came back to the field. So we have a couple of patches there. Just be interesting to see if we now overlay, sorry, the growth. Yep, where the heavier patches of the fertilizer are has definitely affected the growth of it. So that is interesting to note, guys. So definitely one to watch out for. So we're just going to stroll back up here to the yard and advance another 15 days and see how we look. Does make for interesting reading. You really don't want your values in the red. It can harm your crops. Some of you might have guessed that from the beginning, but it's nice to test these things out. And actually, before we advance the days, we're just going to quickly shoot across to field 10, I believe it is. That is the field with no fertilizer applied to it. And we'll just see how the growth pattern is looking across there. So I'll meet you over there in a second. So definitely it makes a difference. As you can see, we did not apply any fertilizer to this field, and our crops are much more uniform. We'll just zoom in there a little bit just so you can get a better appreciation for it. Much more uniform. So definitely your planning of your fields and stuff needs to be bang on. So, and again, it's nice to experiment with these things. So we're just going to head back here to the yard, guys, and we're going to advance another 15 days and we'll see where we stand. So I'll see you in the middle of May. And we are just approaching the field here now on the 16th of the 5th, and you can see our corn are starting to kind of go to tassel, I believe is the word. And again, you see that kind of ununiform grow pattern across the field. And just quickly to note, if we jump in here and we check field 14, you'll see our levels are still rather high. They have not dropped. Whether if we go to field 10, it has dropped below down to the minimum level, and again you'll see the light blue section to show. Field 13, if we just quickly check, I believe it's field 18, and see, and you'll see that is kind of a much healthier looking crop. How's field 39 looking? Again, a bit patchy, but again, not a bad healthy crop. Um, and again, the values there are a bit more in the medium area, not too high. So we should be doing okay there. And again, field 23 is delayed because of the lack of nitrogen and potassium in the ground. So you can definitely see a clear indication to the differences across the field. This one again is looking kind of healthy. Field 18, we said we were happy with. Field 17, not too bad. 16, we threw out a bit too much, maybe phosphate. 15 and 14 are going to be struggles, I'd say. That could be a yield effector. And again, field 13 has a lot of potassium thrown out in it as well. So I think we just need to plan ourselves better for next year when we're going into our planting season. We need to get our values kind of bang on to the values obviously that they set up here, which would make good sense. And as you can see, our phosphate is possibly even high for next year as well. At that current rate there, we'll see how much it uses up. One other thing to note, guys, as I said, at the start, our BGA is tipping away, and if we just quickly check on our tank trader, we are running very low. In fact, our BGA silos will all be empty here in the next day, and there's only 14,000 liters left, so that will be used up in the next day. And that is the end of our income, which also you'll have noticed has jumped. And by the time we get to the end of the next month, we should see a slight increase in that again. As I say, the BGA has been tipping away for the start of May, but it will not be used again until we go into harvest. So makes for interesting viewing, definitely. Definitely one more to watch, and we'll see how we go across this. Also, as we approach June here, we probably will be going into a bit of bull running. So we'll advance another couple of days, and while the crops are growing and working themselves, we will maybe start transferring some of the older bulls and the heavier bulls out, sell for profit, and replenish the herd. Okay, guys, so we're going to shoot on here, and we're going to get to kind of maybe the 7th or 8th of June, and we'll crack on from there. So we are here in the start of June. We're actually on the 3rd of June. Didn't quite go as far into June as we thought. So what we're going to do here quickly is just load up the 6 heaviest bulls, and we're going to sell them, and then we are going to be replacing them. So we're going to go to our animal tab and see what we have in stock. Now we're going to sort them out here by weight, and so these are our heavier bulls, and you'll see he's boning on 2 years old. And the same here. So these are some of our heavier animals. So what we're going to do is going to select. We're just going to start at the top here, and we are going to transfer him to transfer barn, I believe is where we want to be. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and the last fella is right here. So these are all ranging between 2.5 to 2,600. So we should see a healthy growth here in our profit. So we're just going to hit transfer, and then if we up here to the top and hit load, we should have 6 animals appearing. And that is our 6. So what we're going to do now, guys, we're just going to transport them down to the dealer. So I'll meet you down there, and we'll see what kind of profit we make. Bear in mind we are sitting on just under 67,000 euros. So we will be replacing these straight away as well. We will be bringing back 5 with us, and we'll reorganize our pins, or even 6 with us, sorry. So with that said, guys, we're just going to shoot it down here now to the dealer, and we'll see how we go. As we arrive here at the dealership now, we are looking for our cell marker, which I believe is the first one. That does say unload, so we're just going to quickly turn ourselves in, get ourselves pointed the right way, and we are going to sell our 6 bulls here. So we're good, far enough back there that we're just going to jump outside again for this, and we're just going to hit sell. So you'll see our money was 66,904. So we are up close on 20,000 euros. So that is not bad going there for selling. We'll have to be happy with that. So we're just quickly going to drive up over the curb there and straight down here to the next section where we will be loading up. So we're just going to pull in here. We reckon we're good enough there. We're just going to quickly shoot to the dealership, and we're going to go this time based on price. We want to be buying the cheapest. So you'll see the weight difference there. There's a good 500 kgs in what we were selling to what we have. So we're just going to pick up 6 of these, and we're going to be going transfer. So we're going to go 1. And you will notice their ages as well, all around the 4 to 6 months mark. So we've picked up our 6. So if we go again to the outside, select load this time and just hit start. Our 6 animals should be loaded up. Here they come. So we have 6, so we're just going to head back to the yard, and those 6 cost us very little. I believe the bones was maybe 3,000 euros, just a little bit over. So the profit margin there is quite high, so we have to be happy with that. So again, we're going to take these back to the yard. We'll see if we have any more animals close to the 2-year mark. If we do, again, we will sell and repeat the process. Okay guys, so we'll be back in the yard in a second, and I'll see you there. And we're back at the farm, so we're just going to simply now unload these animals into our pasture. And that is 6 animals in the pasture. We're just going to drive away. Hopefully they don't come out the gate. So we should quickly check here on our stock, and if we sort by area, I believe it is our barn, you'll see we have 5 in barn 1, or 0 even, sorry, barn 0 or barn 1, barn 2, and all the way down as far as barn 8. And then we have these last 5 here in this pasture. So we just want to make sure that in terms of weight and age that we don't have any, I believe it's scroll up, we want to be So these fellas are again more than, so we do have a couple more to go, so we will just transfer these again. It's a bit of a rinse and repeat to transfer barn. We want this fella, and we'll do another 6, and hopefully what we'll be left with then, we'll be able to reorganize our barns. We're getting into slightly younger ones here now, so this will be the last load of 6. I believe we might have to do one more. So that should be our 6 here, so we're just going to load them in. You can see our pins inside are starting to empty out. We have a empty pin. So we just want to load up, make sure we get our 6. And I believe we do. So what we are just going to do here now quickly, we're just going to pull forward from the yard, and we will do a bit of reorganization there. We do have a couple of empty pins, so we will move our current new 6 in and make sure we fill the other pins, and that should be us good to go. So I think I will do the reorganization off camera, guys. So we're just going to head over to the dealer once more, sell our second load, and bring back our second load of calves, and we are good to go then again from there. So again, we'll see you at the dealer, guys, and again we'll go through the same process again. So we're just backing in here now again to do our unload procedure and sell them. So again, keeping an eye on our money value, we are currently sitting at 83,000. So we're just going to sell. Oh, we've only 5. So we will buy 5 more. And once we've done this, as I say, we will advance another couple of days, and again we'll just check again on our crops. I want to make sure our maize is growing. And if we've any fields that require, if we've any if we've any fields that require extra loving, then this is our chance to give it to them then as well. So as you can see, there's only 3 animals left here at the dealership. Now that will replenish, so we just have to bide our time on that one. So 2 loads would seem to be the ideal number, so we're just going to load up these current 5. And that is our 5. So we're just going to again now head back to the yard, guys. We'll unload these, and as I say, we'll advance a couple of days and just see how our crops are faring. If we need to apply any fertilizer, then this will probably be the last chance we'll get to do it. So we just got to make sure that we are bang on our values and make sure everything will carry through till kind of late August, I'd imagine. But going at the rate we're currently around 50%, I believe, grown. So we're probably looking even September, maybe even into early October for harvest. So we'll see how we go. So we have everything transferred here back into our barns. We still have a couple of empty spaces, and I believe it is barn 8. These 3 animals are the oldest. So possibly in the next month or two we will sell these 3, and we will buy 5 for there and 3 more as well for barn 7. That should take our capacity inside the barn to 100%. I believe you can also fill the pasture, so we will look into that down the line as well, guys. But for now, this is where we're standing. We made a healthy profit, just under 30,000, 28 something. So that is not a bad overhaul, and we still do have a nice bit of silage as well in our clamp over here. So we're just going to quickly run over and check it. So we're still registering at 156,000 litres. So in the space of 4 months, we are down about 100,000 litres, and that is feeding everything we currently have. So when we get to the harvest stage, we will be filling this bunker, and its max capacity, does it tell it here? It does. 662, call it 663,000 litres. So we'll probably get 500,000 litres in here, and we will cap it at that, and the rest we will head for the BGA with. So that is our goal. That should have enough feed to see us through the upcoming season, and hopefully we can empty this pit out in the meantime, and then we can start filling that the year after. So we've made a healthy profit there, guys. So on that note, I think we will call it quits here for today. As I say, we will be advancing time a bit further on down the line, and possibly looking at working our fields a little bit more. Not sure, even on the growth stage we could have gone past some of it. As you see, field 10 here is struggling to grow now. It has fallen behind, and although field 14 is also struggling to grow, and again that is possibly due to an overuse of fertilizer. So again, just to bear all that note, it is interesting. These 3 fields here are probably a good indication of where you'd want it to be. They are currently around the 50% mark, just slightly over it. So they are growing away nicely compared to the fields that have either lacked fertilizer or were over fertilized, are definitely behind in growth. So that is all something definitely to keep an eye on, guys. So that's it. As I say, I've been Snowbody6, and this has been another episode of Cattle and Crops, guys. Something different from the usual kind of cultivating and seeding episode, and this one we can finally kind of track our progress and see how we're doing, and it definitely makes for an interesting gameplay. You got to get it right. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you've liked this video, please leave a like below, or even comment if you want to see something else on this game, anything along those lines. And again, if you want to subscribe just to keep up to date on the content that comes out on Cattle and Crops. Thanks very much, guys. I'll talk to you later. Take care.